Chicago and its big sister, Illinois, are officially getting sued for not enforcing immigration laws. Yeah, that's right. Newly confirmed Attorney General Pam Bondi wasted no time going after sanctuary policies. Now the fight is on. Governor J.B. Pritzker ran his mouth on TV and acted like a Midwest Chris Christie tough guy, and now the Democrats can thank him for having their highest virtue signaling tool taken away from them. That's right, the lower courts, who are full of leftist traitors to the Constitution, will act like they've never heard of it. But stick around, because I'm going to show you how, in the end, the first judge that supports the Constitution is going to side with the Trump administration, no matter how much whining, crying, bribing, threatening, or the wetting of the leftist pants takes place. The American people, in the end, will win. Let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. So if you haven't already, become a subscriber to the channel. Hit that notification bell and smack that like button, because it helps us with the algorithm to get our message out to more people. Well, it's Friday, and every Friday night at 6 o'clock Eastern, we do a live stream where we're going to read some interesting news stories of the week. We're going to tweak them with a bit of humor, a dash of sarcasm, and a lot of conservative common sense. We're going to have a good time, too. Join us. All right, let's talk about Pam Bondi. If you thought she was going to ease into her new role as Attorney General, think again. On day one, she walked into the Justice Department, saw the disaster unfolding with sanctuary policies, and immediately started cleaning house. Her first move? Suing Illinois and Chicago for refusing to enforce federal immigration law. And let's be honest, this lawsuit is long overdue. The state and city have been playing their own game, ignoring immigration enforcement, and now they're being called out on it. The lawsuit makes it crystal clear. Chicago's leaders have been actively blocking federal immigration officials from doing their jobs. Imagine that, local politicians deciding which federal laws they feel like following. What could possibly go wrong, right? But think about this. What kind of a politician would tell their American citizen constituents, screw you, buddy, we're going to protect these people who are probably harming you and we know are eating up your resources? Well, according to the lawsuit, there's a lot that could possibly go wrong. The complaint flat out states that Chicago's policies have resulted in countless criminals being released on the streets instead of being handed over to ICE. So let's spell this out. Violent criminals who should have been deported, but instead they were let back out onto the streets, all to virtue signal to Trump. And now we're all supposed to act surprised that crime in Chicago is through the roof, right? We're also supposed to act surprised that a lot of Chicago natives voted for Trump this time around. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Because it turns out that, legally speaking, sanctuary cities aren't just bad policy for their constituents, they're also unconstitutional. And here's how. The U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, gives Congress the authority to create an uniform rule of naturalization. That means the federal government alone has control over immigration. That's the law, guys. So when a state or city decides to ignore that, it's illegal. It's unconstitutional. That's just it. And here's the thing. ICE isn't sitting around waiting for permission. Just last month, federal agencies, including FBI, ATF, DEA, and the U.S. Marshals Service, launched an operation in Chicago to crack down on criminal illegal aliens. In other words, while local officials are busy protecting their lawbreakers, the feds are stepping in to clean up their mess. And this isn't new. Let's take a trip down memory lane when Trump first took office. ICE made 3,500 arrests in his first week alone. And guess what? They didn't need local approval to do it, because at the end of the day, the law is the law, whether certain politicians like it or not. So what happens next? Well, let's just say Bondi isn't about to back down. If this lawsuit goes the way it should, sanctuary policies in Illinois and Chicago are about to be shredded in court. And the only way that a judge would not rule in favor of the lawsuit is if they are a traitor to the Constitution, because it's there in black and white. For city leaders, let's just say pretending federal laws don't apply to you has consequences. And I think Tom Homan wants to have a little interview with you. All right, thank you for watching. Hit that notification bell if you want to be kept up to date with the latest news on sanctuary policies and law enforcement. I'll see you in the next one. Spread the word.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar.